Good morning, boys and girls. This is Fog. Welcome back to Fog's World. We're working on the mob grinder some more today. As you can see up there, we've got that first level mostly complete. And we're going to go back up there today and do some more work. Let me first, though, grab a few cats, because I want to take a few cats up there this morning. Or this afternoon. I guess it's afternoon here. Let's go on up. Whoop. Yeah. And a pearl put me in the middle of the ladder. Okay. Going up. Those little kitty cats will teleport up to us, probably to this platform right here. Yep, there they go. They always do that. And then we're going to come up here. Come on. There we go. Walk carefully. Don't want to take another plunge. And so we're going to come up here. Oh, there they are. There they are. And before I do anything, let me take a minute and explain how this is all going to work. Well, on the other hand, let's not. Let's do this first. Sure, let's do this first. Let's get these kitties where I want them. Come here, guys. Sit. Oh, of course. Well, we'll fix that in a minute. So, we need to put a cat on each of these pads. I'm going to walk off if I'm not careful. Right there. And come on, kitties. Come on up this way. Hello, come here. Oh, okay. You're going the wrong way. Sit there. Thank you. Sit. I need you now. Come on. Where are you going? May need to do it this way. Let's do it this way. See if we can push him up here. This gets a little tricky, especially when they're where he is. He doesn't want to be. All right. Fine. Maneuvering these cats is a bit like, well, a bit like herding cats. They are a bit of a pain. But if you put them down in a sit position, they at least won't move around of their own accord unless something happens to cause them to move, which does occasionally happen, but for now, this should be good enough. Oh, so now, of course, he's up here. I am going to need a different block on my bar. Not sure why I have you. Got a sapling left over from the last time I did. Oh, come on, get out of the corner. Oh, I had him. I had him. You gonna go? You gonna go? Huh? No, they're being difficult. All right, we'll get this guy. So the way we're doing this is we get them up here, encourage them to follow us up, then we put them in a sit so that they won't move on their own, and then we just gently nudge them where we want them to go. It works pretty well, actually. Oh, you sit. It works pretty well. It's not ideal, but it gets the job done. And we just build these little temporary bridges, and that's enough to get them over there most of the time. We're going to have to get rid of this, though, so we can get him out of here. And then we'll put it back. And walk him across here. Whoop. Come on. Come on. Whoa. Don't be doing that. Don't be doing that. This really is a bit of a pain. I gotta put these guys there. It's easier if you put those blocks behind because then you can't push him up onto the wall. There we go. All right, and now we can get rid of the extras like this. And let's put down some water like this. Put the water in our channels. Meow. Yeah, they're loud little buggers. And 2 more, and we should be good to go. All right, now let's take a minute and explain what we're doing here. You know what? I think I'm going to just go right ahead and do a little bit of this action. And just because it's a little bit safer. And we'll go up to the top and explain how this craziness is all going to work. Okay, so there we go. There we have the first floor of our mob grinder all done. Oh, look, Iron Golem. Geronimo! And he'll go downstairs and be processed down underneath the ocean there, and we'll have more iron. Yay! Okay, so those of you that may remember the old mob grinder may notice that this looks mighty familiar. But there are some key differences, and let me explain the theory behind what we're doing here and talk just a little bit about this. As I've mentioned before, this is not the absolute most efficient mob grinder that you could ever do. But that wasn't the goal. The goal was to create a much more efficient mob grinder than what we had that would look good in this space and that would do what I wanted it to do, which was generate creepers, skeletons, and zombies for the mob sorter. So could this be more efficient? Oh, heck yes. But it's going to be better than what we had, and it's a lot of fun to build, and it operates on some slightly different principles, so I thought it was kind of interesting. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's talk about how it works. So like I said before, this looks a lot like our old mob grinder. It is a little bit bigger. There's a little bit more spawning space than the old one had. There is actually less spawning space than M-Tandy's. M-Tandy's, these corners are square instead of rounded. So we lose a little bit of spawning space here by rounding the corners, but I thought that was kind of important so that we would match the look of our pads down there. These are slightly bigger than the pad below, but at this distance you don't really notice it. I think it looks really cool anyway. So I was fine with making it a little bit bigger. Another difference between this and M-Tandy's is M-Tandy had the 2 wide channels. We have the 3 wide channels, and the reason for the 3 wide channels is that it is going to match up better with what's below. That's really the only reason. It actually presents a few more difficulties. It's going to mean we have to take a couple of extra steps when we build this one than we would have had we built M-Tandy straight exactly the way he had done it. But that's okay. I'm fine with that. Let's talk about the theory a little bit. When you're building a mob grinder, there's a couple of things you got to take into account. First of all, goal number 1 is to spawn mobs as quickly as possible, obviously. But you need to take into account that for natural mobs in Minecraft, there is what's called a mob cap. Basically, that's an upper bound limit to the number of mobs that can naturally spawn in your world. And once you have spawned a certain number of mobs, it's a little less than 100 or so. Once you've spawned, you can look up the exact number on the wiki if you really care. Once you've spawned that many naturally spawning hostile mobs in your world, hostile mobs will stop spawning. So there's 2 goals in your mob grinder. First thing is you want to spawn as many as possible so you can reach that mob cap in as short a time as possible. But you also want to dispatch the mobs as quickly as possible, because if you let the mobs accumulate up to the point where you've reached that mob cap, your efficiency goes down. Now you've stopped spawning more mobs because you're at the mob cap. So the way this works is mobs are going to spawn on the spawning pads there, which is fine, just like we had before. They may walk off into the water on their own, but they might not. They might wander around a bit. And any mobs that don't walk off on their own are going to slow down the efficiency of our mob grinder because they're contributing to the mob cap. So what we've done is we've placed cats in the corners there because creepers are afraid of cats. So when creepers spawn on the pads, they will run away from the cats and jump into the water. And that way we can make sure we dispatch the creepers as quickly as possible. Now another thing that we're going to do is we're going to put a small pad right there, just a little bit above this level. And on that pad, we're going to place a villager. That's going to encourage zombies to walk off the platforms into the water, because they're going to make like a beeline right for that villager and try and get that villager as fast as possible. So then we've got a way to quickly get rid of the zombies and make sure they go into the water. So that takes care of creepers and zombies. The only thing that we're not doing anything special with is the skeletons. And the reason is because that gets a little bit tricky. You could put a place for the player to stand and the skeletons would go after the player. But of course the problem with that is if there's a player too close to the mob grinder won't produce any mobs because the mobs won't spawn next to the player. So we can't do that. We could put some snow golems there because the snow golems would fire at the skeletons. But the problem with that is that skeletons have bows and arrows and they will fire back, and sooner or later those snow golems would not last very long. So rather than do that, I've decided we're just going to leave the skeletons alone and let them walk off on their own or get pushed off by the zombies and the creepers, which are going to be in a mad rush to get into that water there. Now, when we get to the other levels, you'll see that I'm going to do a couple of things differently. Instead of putting water channels on each level, I'm only going to put a water channel down below. But that means I'm going to have to take other steps to get to encourage the mobs to walk off, and I'll explain that in a minute. For now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and build out the other floors of this mob grinder. I'll do that off camera, and then I'll come back in and we'll talk a little bit about what we need to do to finish it and how each of the levels works. So, I will talk to you in a little bit. And there you go. We finished all but this very last level here. Now, I'm going to wrap up this last little bit, and down there is our platform where we're going to put our villager right there. We're also going to build another one right out here, which I'll do in a second. And I'm going to explain what I'm doing here. So, like I said, we need a way to encourage mobs to walk off this platform. And if we leave them just like this edge right there, they won't walk off because this drop is too far. They'll walk to the edge and realize it's too far, and they will stop. Furthermore, the creepers won't run from the cats because they won't think they have any place to run to. So what we're going to do is we're placing these trapdoors right here because mobs will walk on trapdoors. They'll see those trapdoors as being a solid block, and off they'll go. Even if you open the trapdoors, they'll still think they can stand on the trapdoors. So we just put trapdoors there and we open them, and they think they can walk off. Now, because we have a 3-wide gap, we need to do one more thing. We need to put something in the middle that the creepers and the zombies and the skeletons will think is a solid block. Otherwise, even with the trapdoors here, they'll realize there's a gap and they can't walk across. So what we do is we put the metal bars there. The metal bars act like a solid block. The creepers think they can walk all the way across, and so they'll run away from the cats and fall to their dooms right down there. And that works just great. So now let's go ahead and put in the space for the zombies. Oh, why is that cat down there? He has managed to escape. Alright, let's go take a look. How did you get down here, and what can I do about it? Where did you come from, kitty? Right there, it looks like. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to make this guy stand up and hopefully teleport out to us. Eventually. Maybe. This is the tricky part. Getting these guys to go where you want them to go can be really, really nasty. And sometimes they'll stay where you put them, and sometimes they won't. Where did that cat go? Hello? Here, kitty kitty. Where are you? Oh, and it occurs to me I want to do that too. Where'd this cat go? Meow, 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 meow. Shut up, shut up. Oh, darn it. Where did that cat go? He's right beneath us. Okay, we gotta encourage this guy to spawn where we are. Somehow we have to encourage him to come up here. Come here, guy. You gonna do it? Huh? Come here. Oh, maybe he'll teleport to us. You kind of have to be patient with these guys. There he is, there he is. We got him. Alright, put him back into place. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes they will wander from where we really want them to be. We'll clean up all this stuff later. Get you in the corner. This is the biggest, in my opinion, this is the biggest flaw with this mob grinder design, is its reliance on cats actually does create a few difficulties. Like this. We have to be really careful not to take out the wrong blocks. Let's see, I'm going to need you on my bar. And all right. Okay, we're good. We're good. Bingo! We made it. Yeah! Okay. Mission accomplished. We rescued the kitty. Yay! We're an honorary fireman. All right, the other thing I wanted to quick show you was how I had wired up this stuff here. Is that supposed to be like that? I don't know. Yeah, okay. So here you go. This is a power ladder up here. The tricky thing is getting the wiring right at each of these levels. And basically, it's done with a kind of a very careful placement of these internal torches so that they'll light either directly light the redstone or they'll light that block there and light redstone on that block. So it's a little... Whoa! Hello, what are you doing? Yeah, this... Let's see, are we going to hit it? Are we going to hit it? Yes. Dangerous thing, mobs grinders. Dangerous thing. All right. So now we have a little bit of a problem. And the problem is, how do we get a villager there? Well, that's a bit of a trick. And it occurs to me I don't have the materials I need to conquer that problem just yet. So I'm going to go and round up some materials. And when I'm done, I will come back and I will show you how we're going to put villagers there. So I will be right back. Hello guys, I'm back. I've got my materials. Now what we need to do is we need to get a villager right there, and we're going to need to get another villager above it about here. So I've built this little platform right here, and this is where we need to drop the villager, right in the middle of that little cross right there. He's got to be dropped right through that hole. Now, the trick is getting him there. Now, we do have our zombie purification room way down beneath us, and we could use that, of course. But getting those guys up here is a real pain. So instead, I thought I'd do it a different way. I thought I would build a spawn platform out there, allow mobs to spawn, and then we will just bring them over. And that should work okay. So this is, we got to get at least 24 away from center. This out here is 8. We've got to go, so another 16 more should do the trick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's put a torch here. Just light this stuff up a bit. And that's 9, 10, 11, 12. Put a torch here. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. This is farther than we need to be now, which is actually good. I want the added distance here. Okay, so now I'm going to build a spawn platform out here. We're going to allow mobs to spawn out here. And then we're going to bring them back over to there. But first, while we're setting it up, let's not allow mobs to spawn out here, huh? One thing at a time. Now that should be lit up enough back there that nothing should be able to spawn there. I placed some torches around the rim there just in case. Eventually we won't worry about it because eventually we'll coat the top with slabs so nothing will spawn there. But until that happens, obviously we need a little light there. Make sure we don't have anything spawning anywhere we don't want it to. Oh, and we are in fact almost right over our iron farm. Actually, we should be over. Yeah, indeed we are. We're over our enchanting table. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make this a little bit bigger. Now I want to add a little bit extra to this. Actually, let's do it like this. I brought some fences. Let's see. Hopefully I have enough to do this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I should have enough. Figure we'll go ahead and coat the outside of this with fences like this. I'm going to leave a bit of a gap right here eventually. And what I wanted to do is let's build a little rail line. Just like that. I need a powered rail somewhere. And I'm going to need a torch. Let's put the powered rail here. This should be a bit of over-engineering. At least I hope it is. I'm deliberately kind of going overboard here. There we go. And in fact, I'm going to rip this up too. We'll put one of you here. Like this. Now I should be able to take my minecart. Give it a push. It should go all the way out. Ah, see? This is why we test. Because obviously I don't have enough juice here. Yeah. That should do it. That should do the trick. And to just complete this, let's do that. Now there's no way for the mobs to get out and at me, unless of course they're spiders. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And this guy should be able to go all the way there and back. So we can use this to go and fetch one of those guys and bring them back if we want. Should be good. Should be good. Yeah. And last thing I want is that there. And then let's go ahead and do that. Kind of make a little stopper there, huh? We should be right about at the building cap. Yep, there we go. That's the building cap right there. We got right up to it, didn't we? Good. That's what I want. And of course, guess what? It's now morning. And I want to do this at night because I need the spawning. But first things first, I guess this is as good a time as any to remove the torches. So let's remove the torches. And hopefully this will work. We shall soon learn whether or not it does. And I guess all we can do now, all there is to do is wait for dark. So, pity I didn't bring a fishing rod. We could do some more fishing with fog, but I guess for now all we can do is wait. So, yeah. I'll talk to you in a few minutes. Oh, we've got a villager. We've got a zombie villager. Okay. Let's get him. Alright, we should be able to just stand here. Nobody else should be able to spawn around here yet. Oh, no, 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 don't you dare! Don't you dare! Don't you dare die on me! No! Oh, this is gonna make me so mad. Get in that. Oh! That makes me so mad. We had him! Oh, now I have to build it covered. Oh, that makes me angry. Alright, well I've covered the platform with half slabs so that it'll be dark even during the day, although it's not really dark enough, but I got tired of covering things because, goodness gracious, this is taking forever. But it is enough that it's spawning some things. Let's see what we've got now. I do have to be careful around these skeletons because if they shoot me off, I'm going to be in a world of hurt. Let's see, what do we have? Do we have any... We have a villager. We have a zombie villager. Oh, goody. Oh, maybe I can get one of these guys now. There he goes. There he goes. Now we just got to encourage him to go into the minecart. Don't you walk off that edge. Get him on the track. Alright, now he'll just bounce back and forth here until we remove that block. There he goes. There he goes. Okay. Now, this gets a little tricky. We got to remove the block underneath him, and we have to remove the minecart. No, we got to remove the minecart, not him. Got it. We got it. Yeah. Okay, now we need to build a new platform above him. Got him. Okay. Oh, we might get our next Muppet. Come here, Muppet. Ah! Get up! Don't you do that! Don't you even. There we go. You just stay. Waiting for this to happen is the worst. It takes forever. Oh, there we go. All right, so we've got our final villager. Now we just have to get him in the minecart. Come here, guy. Come here. Got him. Got him. Okay, get rid of this. Put that back. And we should be able to get you home now. Go, go, go. Back he goes. Let's tear this down so that things won't spawn here anymore. Actually, better plan. Just sprinkle some torches. That'll do it. Now we just got to get him into our little spot. And you know, I don't even feel the need to collect that minecart. Well, it took some doing, but I finally got everything put back together. I've got the Muppets back inside there. I've got the top sealed up now. And I think we're ready to give her a test drive. Boy, that was a long time coming. Let me tell you, I hate working with these stupid cats. They are supposed, according to the wiki, if you make them sit, they're supposed to stay there, and they're not supposed to teleport to you. But the reality is that if you take a hit from a mob, you probably will have them teleport to you. And you know what? I think I've left... No, maybe not. Okay. That should turn on the mob grinder. There we go. There we go. Why is that still lit? Is there a torch up there? I may need to go check. Well, obviously, we got some mobs coming in. There they go. There they go. We have incoming mobs, but I want to know why that is lit back there, so let's go find out. We left a torch. Okay, we're going to fix that. Problem solved. So, while we're up here, I can demonstrate one of the bigger flaws of this. You can see they do get backed up in here. And unfortunately, there is not a lot that I can do to solve that problem. I could maybe move those trapdoors. Maybe. I'm afraid they are just going to get a little bit backed up. We'll see. Maybe I can come up with a way to solve that problem. Alright guys, before we end today's episode, I thought I'd mention a couple of little tweaks that I made to the machine, a couple of little improvements, and then we'll demonstrate it in operation, and we'll call it a day, because we're running a little long. So, let's climb up here. I'll show you a couple of things that I did. First of all, I replaced that sign with 2 trapdoors. The reason I did that is because mobs were coming over and standing on this trapdoor right here. So by putting 2 there, it's impossible for them to climb on it. The other thing I did is up there in the other funnel, I've opened up 3 spaces instead of the 1, so they fall through much quicker. I've relocated this ladder back here and put it behind some glass, and the reason was when I was coming up to our little catwalk here, this was in full view of the mobs right there. And as you might imagine, being in full view of the mobs means they're going to shoot at you. And last, I discovered that we were spawning spiders in here, and I figured out why. Come in here and open this up. The reason we were spawning spiders is because spiders will spawn on these bars. And we had this row of bars there, and they were able to spawn on there. So, between each of these slabs, I've placed a vertical little chain of bars like this. That gets rid of the spider spawning places. Other than that, it's what we had designed. So let's go down and fire it up and take a look at what we got. This is what she looks like from the outside. I'm real happy with the look. We'll come down here and fire it up. Climb up top, and it shouldn't be long. Shouldn't take too long to get some mobs down here. They have to start spawning, and they have to work their way through the filter, but it doesn't take them too long. There we go. Ha, little anticlimactic. Obviously, it's taking a little bit of time to get it started. But here it goes. Ah, this is more like it. Let's take a look at our mob count. Alright, we're up to 46, 50. That E number up in the corner will eventually get pretty close to 70. Alright, there we go. That's our mob farm. And obviously it's working pretty well. It's not as efficient as it could be, but it's more efficient than the old one. And it's more than enough for what I want here. So I'm actually quite happy with this. Let's go take a look from a distance. Get away from those loud mobs dying. And there we go. Mission accomplished. I'd say it works pretty well. Alright guys, well as usual, thanks for watching. If you liked this episode, please hit the like button as it does help people find my videos. And if you want to see more, please subscribe. We'd love to have you here with us on Fog's World. We release these twice a week. So as always, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you all again next time.